Hey guys, this is Megan Massacre from New York Inc. Don't go anywhere because profiles will be coming right up. Welcome to Profiles. I'm Morgan Thompson. Today's guest is tattoo artist and TV personality Megan Massacre, who is currently starring on the TLC reality series NY Inc., now in its third season. Megan can also be seen on the tattoo cover-up series America's Worst Tattoos, also on TLC. On today's show, Megan answers many of the most frequently asked questions for those considering getting their first tattoo. After a short break, we'll join our host, Mickey Burns, as he welcomes tattoo artist Megan Massacre to Profiles. Welcome back to Profiles. I'm Morgan Thompson. Megan Massacre is a tattoo artist and TV personality. She currently tattoos at the well-known NYC tattoo studio, the Wooster Street Social Club in Soho. Tonight, Megan discusses why people get tattoos, some of the biggest mistakes first-time tattoo patrons make, and she addresses some of the many arguments out there against tattooing. So let's join our host, Mickey Burns, on location from the Iroquois Hotel in the heart of New York City, as he welcomes tattoo artist Megan Massacre to Profiles.
So my tattoo, it's pretty terrible. I have it on my back.
What do we have here?
Two squirrels, one is singing to the other one.
That's actually really cute.
Little guy over here kind of may look like a male body part that I don't want on my back anymore.
Oh no, oh, I see it. Does everybody think it looks like a phallic symbol?
Almost everybody. It's terrible. It's something that has been cursing me for the past 4 years.
So let's talk about what you want to do over this tattoo.
I want something fun. I'm thinking something along the lines of like finches.
What if we did like a little lady and like a little gentleman finch?
Oh my God, that would be adorable.
How cute would that
would be so
Oh my God, you got me brainstorming now.
But we could always have one like just flying away, stealing a tortilla chip. Or...
A tortilla chip? She wants them eating a tortilla chip. How cute is that? All right, I'm just gonna need a little bit to draw everything up, and I'll show you what I have ready.
Sounds great.
Megan Massacre, welcome to our show Profiles.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure meeting you today.
It's really nice meeting you too.
For our viewers, you are a tattoo artist.
Yes.
You are a model, you're a DJ, and TV personality.
Yes.
And of course, you're well known for your work on the TLC reality program, NY Inc.
Yep, New York Inc.
Currently celebrating its third season.
Yes, it's on air right now, actually.
And tell us a little bit about the third season. What should we look for?
You know what? I really like the third season, I think, so far over the first and second season, just because it's so much less drama. I mean, reality shows, you know, you're going to tune in, you're going to see some drama.
Yeah.
But our first two were chocked full of it, and a lot of it surrounded me, and I just, to be honest with you, I didn't love that. You know, it wasn't fun to shoot something like that.
Sure.
And the third season was so much fun to shoot. And, you know, it was because less drama, but that had a lot to do with less dramatic people. There are some old faces you won't see on this season of the show, and some new faces that, you know, I'm happy to welcome to the show.
And what were some of the highlights of this third season?
You know, I actually did a lot more tattooing on this season than the other seasons, so there was a lot more to pick from. I had a lot of my friends come on the show to get tattooed. Just a couple other instances where, you know, maybe we did some field trips. We went outside of the shop to shoot.
Yeah.
And, you know, I won't say what those things are yet, but they were a lot of fun, and I think people will enjoy watching them.
Yeah, how did you originally get interested in tattooing?
You know, I've been an artist all of my life. My mom has drawings from all the way back when I was 2 years old. You know, I was always an artist. And about the time I was 14, I started to notice people had tattoos, and I was like, wow, that's kind of like an art form in itself. Yeah. So I went to a local tattoo shop, and I asked them, I said, how do I learn how to do this? They said, you got to get a tattoo apprenticeship. And I'm like, all right, sign me up. And they're like, all right, well, give us $4,000. And I was like, at 14, I did not have $4,000, you know? Yeah. So I thought my dreams were crushed. I would never be a tattoo artist. Yeah. And fast forward a few years, I'm 18, I just graduated high school. You know, I was going to community college, just like for general credit, still trying to figure it out. I got a job selling furniture just to pay, because I put myself through college. And I was just miserable, and I didn't know like what I wanted to do. And one day, a coworker of mine said, I'm getting out of this place. I'm getting a new job. I want to be a body piercer. Can you give me a ride to a tattoo shop after work so I could try out for the job? So I said, sure, why not? So this is the second time I've been in a tattoo shop. I'm waiting in the front room while she's trying out. And, the guys that own the shop come out from the back, and they said, hey, we talked to your friend. She says you can draw phenomenally. Like, let's see your stuff. So I'm like, all right. So I drew them a couple drawings, and they're like, wow. They were really impressed. And they said, have you ever done a tattoo before? I said, no, never. And they said, you want to do one right now? And I was like, you're kidding. Right now? Seriously? And they said, yep. And the owner set all his equipment up. He sat the poor apprentice down because the apprentice always gets, the brunt of everything. And they had me tattoo his name on his leg. Right there and then.
How'd it come out?
The first letter was awful. It was very wiggly. It was the first time I ever held a tattoo machine, so you cannot blame me for that,
Right.
But by the end of it, it actually looked pretty good. And they said, wow, we really think you have some talent. Do you want a tattoo apprenticeship? And I said, yes.
And that was the beginning.
Yep, from that day forward, I tattooed. I quit my job. I didn't go to college anymore. I withdrew. And 9 years later, here I am.
Here you are.
Yeah.
Now, you currently work out of the well-known New York City tattoo studio, the Wooster Street Social Club in Soho. What makes that studio special and unique?
There's not a whole lot of tattoo studios in Manhattan, let
I didn't
alone
know
Soho.
that. I did not know
I think there's
that.
only 2 in Soho, and another friend of mine's studio, which I actually shoot another show, America's Worst Tattoos, in. And then New York Inc. is shot in Wooster Street. So what's cool about it is, number one, it's so big. Tattoo studios are usually really tiny.
Small,
this
intimate.
one is huge. So we have room for so many artists. So we have a huge crew of amazing artists that work there. I mean, no matter what time of day that you go in there, 7 days a week, you can get amazing tattoo by so many different people. So that really makes it special.
Now, as a tattoo artist, I'm sure everyone has a different style.
Yes.
How would you describe yours?
What's interesting is, most artists pick like this one little niche, and they get really good at that. And then I kind of picked a niche, got good at it, got bored, picked another niche, got good at it. So I actually can do a lot of different styles. I can do color, black and gray, portraits, new school, which is more cartoony, traditional. You name it. I try to be good at all of those things. But what I like in particular the most is doing color, really bright, colorful stuff, really three-dimensional, not realistic per se, but very three-dimensional and almost realistic.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you like wearing tattoos,
of course,
as well.
As a tattoo artist, that's part of it.
Yeah. Now, when was your first, and where is it? And also, what was that initial experience like for you?
I think that my experience was a little bit different than most people's. I did get my first tattoo at 18, which is pretty typical because that's the legal age. At the time, I was 18, but I looked really young. Like I was a tomboy at the time.
You
I didn't
still
wear
do,
any
by the
makeup.
way.
Well, thank you very much. But I probably looked about 14 years old.
Yeah.
So my boss walks in one day and he says, "Look, all the customers are way too scared to get tattooed by you. You look like a little girl tattooing in the shop. Nobody wants you to tattoo them. They think you're 14. He's like, you got to get tattooed. You're picking your first tattoo tonight. After work, I'm doing it. End of story. And I was like, crap, what am I going to do? I got to pick a tattoo right now. So I frantically am like looking through all the pictures. In tattoo shops, there's pictures hanging on the walls that you can pick from. It's called Tattoo Flash. So I'm going through tattoo magazines, and in the back of these magazines, they have Flash that other artists submitted. At the time, I was really into video games, really into anime artwork, and I came across this anime girl picture that I thought was just so cool because it was so colorful. And I was like, yeah, this is what I'm going to get. This is my first tattoo, and I actually got it like this big on the whole front of my leg. You can't see it right now.
So that was your first?
That was my very first one, and it was huge, so I didn't do the whole thing at once. And I remember coming home, and it was summertime, so I had shorts on. I walked in the door, and my mom just looked at me, and she's like, "What are you thinking? When you're getting married, you're going to see that with your wedding dress." And I was like, "No, I'll have a long dress." And she's like, "Go to your room," because I'm still living at home. So she wasn't too thrilled seeing her little girl start off with getting really big tattoos, but I mean, she had to know it was coming.